Through a hot summer, the two top-seeded teams on the beach have endured. Holly McPeak and Nancy Reno, Angela Rock and Linda Hanley. The scramble in the sand continues today on a cool beach in Maine. Prime proudly presents the Coors Light Women's Pro Beach Volleyball Tour. A beautiful picture that is distinctly New England. We're up north in the state of Maine, Old Orchard Beach, the spot just south of Portland for stop number 10 on the WPVA Tour. And hi once again, everybody. I'm Drew Goodman along with Maria Barnes. Last weekend we were just south of here in Newport, Rhode Island. Liz Massakayan and Carolyn Kirby captured their third event title of the year. However, they're not here this weekend. And also another top team not here, Fontana Forsyth.
That's right. Liz Massakayan still recovering from that ACL surgery.
They have not won an event in a month, but that slump has 3 seconds. Most teams would take that kind of slump.
Sounds good. McPeak and Reno playing very well. They're 6-3 against Hanley Rock, 2-2 in title matches. Angela Rock served very key for them in their win in Grand Haven, Michigan. Rock had 7 aces, so very important for McPeak and Reno to pass her serve. But also, Hanley and Rock won in Puerto Rico, and that was when McPeak and Reno climbed back to the losers bracket. They were very fatigued there. Both of these teams have come through the winners bracket in this tournament, so it's going to be a great match. Very close, I think.
It'll be a terrific final. We also have highlights of our third place match, RC and Shirelli against Dodd and Schaefer. All of that when we come back to Old Orchard Beach in the state of Maine. The Women's Professional Volleyball Association on Prime is being brought to you by Coors Light. Keep on serving the best. Coors Light and volleyball. By Valley Total Fitness, the official health and fitness club of the WPVA. By Evian, another day, another chance to feel healthy. And by Sports Cream. When you overdo it, massage in Sports Cream for fast relief of sore muscles without embarrassing odor. 400 miles of coastline in the state of Maine, yet only 13 miles of beachfront. This is 7 of those 13 miles, and Old Orchard Beach nestled in the middle, and we are involved in our third place match. Here's the road 2 for Patty Dodd and Chris Schaefer. They moved along very quickly, including a big win over Deb Richardson and Denny Canoop, 15-12. Then they lost to McPeak Reno, bounced back from that, winning 15-13 over Jackie Campbell and Charlotte Roach, and then the loss to Hanley and Rock. For Lisa Arce and Cami Chirelli, they also moved along very quickly. They lost to Hanley and Rock by that same 15-7 score, bounced back with a big win over O'Hara and Wood, 15-1, and then they too lost to McPeak and Reno. We pick up action center court, very close match for third place. Old Orchard Beach in Maine, 13 miles to the south of the largest city in Maine, Portland. Third place game underway. Patty Dodd and Chris Schaefer leading 11-9 over Lisa Arce and Cami Chirelli. They've come from behind to take this 2-point lead. Chirelli goes up, she's dug. And Dodd playing a little volleyball off the helmet of Lisa Arce for a point. 12-9 now. Boy, she hammered that.
Yeah, Dodd has that typical UCLA arm swing. Very quick. Technically perfect.
And there's a service winner. Cami Chirelli couldn't elevate the volleyball, and just like that, it is 13-9. They are within 2 of a win. They fell behind early in this match 4-1, but they've come from behind. Patty Dodd, Chris Schaefer, a new team. Lisa Arce and Cami Chiarelli, a new team. And it was just a couple of weeks ago that things were a little different in terms
That's
of
right. It's interesting, the dynamics of these two teams. They've kind of flip-flop partners. Chiarelli and Dodd started off playing together. And, you know, Drew, it's so surprising they did not do better. On paper, they're a great team. I really expected great things from them. Chiarelli and McPeak had tremendous success on a competing tour the last 2 years. And, you know, Dodd has a history with the WPVA. She was an All-American at UCLA. Also a very strong player. Has 12 tournament victories, 11 of those with Jackie Silva, the Brazilian's #1 player. And I really expected those two to do better. Surprising that they did not. They finally realized enough is enough after 5 tournaments and switched partners. And this has really suited both of these teams.
It has thus far. Great result for both of these teams making the Final Four. We were talking to Patty Dodd earlier today, and she said exactly what you said. On paper, Cami Chiarelli and I should have been a dominant team, and we were not. And for the life of me, I can't figure out as to why we're not.
Chemistry. It just wasn't there for them. And as far as Arce and Chiarelli goes, they were a good young team, but you know, both of them said we got to the Final Four and we didn't know what to do. You know, I mean, they didn't have that experience factor in either one of them that could carry them to the next level.
There's Patty Dodd, of course, her husband, an accomplished volleyball player, one of the best in the world, Mike Dodd. Chiarelli over Chris Schaefer's block for a much-needed side out. And it'll be Lisa Arce going to the back line. She's another one of those players that grew up on the beach in Manhattan Beach, where you reside.
There you see blocking signals. Chiarelli saying that she will take the angle on Dodd, the line on Chiarelli. Let's see if she does that.
Dodd, nice cut shot, just got it on the line. Patty Dodd in her 8th season, originally from Bogota, Colombia.
You know, Drew, continuing what you said about Lisa Arce, I would see her playing down at Marine Street and wonder why she wasn't on the Pro Tour. And it turns out she trained with Holly McPeak for years, and she just was afraid to get out here and compete. And it was actually a bet from Holly and Holly's coach, Anna Biller, that finally got Arce out on the beach.
Yeah, she went to an event in Austin, Texas, and if she didn't go, it was going to cost her a couple of $100 because that was what the bet was. She ended up winning more than that in her first ever event. She's a talented player.
Yeah, she really is. She got a 7th in her first tournament. I'm sorry, she got a 9th in her first tournament. She was seeded 16th.
Arce, that just goes long. So it'll be a side out. 13-9, Patty Dodd again at the back line. Now makes her home in El Segundo. Chiarelli pounds it right at Schaefer, who was retreating. Ball was a little bit off the net, so Chris Schaefer was backing up, but there was just a little too much giddy up on that hit from Chiarelli.
That's a great swing there by Chiarelli. You know, the interesting dynamics of these two teams, you know, both Chiarelli and Dodd have been doing this a long time, and both of their partners, so young and enthusiastic, have enabled them to have renewed spirit about the game.
One of the problems with the Dodd-Chiarelli partnership was that Patty Dodd likes to play the right side, or is it the left side she likes to play, actually, and she was trying to find a right side player, and Chris Schaefer has actually moved over, and so far it's working out. She says the great thing about Schaefer is there's so much upside to her game because she's such a young player.
That's right. Chiarelli had to switch to the right to play with Dodd, and she just really wasn't comfortable with that. I'm sure that also, in addition to the chemistry, had something to do with their lack of success. Both players a lot happier now.
9-13, Cami Chiarelli to serve.
Schaefer is a real up-and-coming player on the WPVA tour. She's only 26 years old.
Good serve.
She's a state player of the year at University of Minnesota. And she has a great jump serve, and that's a lot of her team's success. Dodd says she loves it. She's up there at the net, and her partner stands back there and rips off a couple points for them.
Teams tend to work her, though, Christine Schaefer. They seem to serve more at her than at Patty Dodd.
That's because Schaefer. Oh, there's a great serve right through the middle by RC. That's her third ace in this match. She's another young player that has the ability to rip a few aces. She is actually 7th on the ace list with 68 aces on the season. That makes 69.
Timeout for Dodd and Schaefer. Who's played well this weekend? Well, you have the Final Four teams, naturally, but how about our Saturday's heroes? That award goes to 10th seed Wendy Fletcher and Kerry Papinga. They beat 7th seeded Ollie Wood and Marlo O'Hara in only their second tournament together.
Coming off the knee surgery, it's been difficult for me to come back this year, but I've got a new partner, and I'm really excited with the way things are going.
That was a great win. Throughout the season, I've had a few different partners, so it's been hard adjusting to different people and adjusting chemistry. So I think this is the one.
Yeah, we're looking forward to a great future and working hard. We both contribute a lot positively to our team, and we're really excited about the future of our game.
2 down, 2 to go.
Papinga and Fletcher finished 9th this weekend. Also deserving of mention, Jackie Campbell and Charlotte Roach pulled out a 5th here. They came in as the 8th seeded team. Great tournament for them.
10-13. Dodd and Schaefer leading by 3, played a 15. Still to come, our championship match. Hanley and Rock against McPeak and Reno. All of that when we come back to Old Orchard Beach in Maine. 13-10 our score in our third place game. Dodd and Schaefer leading by 3. Lisa Arce to serve. Good decision by Schaefer. Chirelli had that time that she had to go over the block, and she found an empty piece of sand in the far corner, hit the high angle shot. And now Chris Schaefer, who could close it out with her serve. She has that kind of ability. Will employ the jump serve. So many of the top players, I mean, you think about it, every top player now is using the jump serve.
Yes, it used to be considered such a weapon because so few players had one, but now it's kind of a must if you want to succeed out here.
And maybe poor communication there, though Patty Dodd only had one decision to make, and that was to go get the volleyball.
Yeah, it wasn't really poor communication so much as Dodd just looked at it and said, I don't think I can get there. Didn't make an effort.
I've been running in the sand for 8 years, and I know that the chances of us siding out here or winning this point, not good. Here's an opportunity to score. Arce and Schaefer shanks the pass, so it's now 13-11.
It's such a difficult play to make, Drew, when you're backing off the net like that and the ball is hit at you. Never try to run backwards in the sand. You can appreciate that.
I don't try to run in the sand, period, so I don't have that problem. Time now for Coors Roundtown, my favorite time in these shows. As a group of players get together after a tough day of competition and deal with the very rough life on the road.
We're here to talk about the toughest part about being on the road for some of the players here.
The meals far away from home.
How about having those maids come in your room and make your bed and clean your room? I mean, that's my job.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Well, for me, when I'm on the East Coast, I definitely have a hard time falling asleep before midnight. But I get to watch all the shows that I don't watch at home.
We don't have a good time very often.
Yeah.
Well, now that we're done with dinner, now what should we do? What do you think? Oh my God, it's Cousin It. Who's that? Liz Park! What do you
giving us a hard time about our around town piece. I think that Angela needs to
Let me tell you what.
take her own advice there.
Oh, we deserve an Academy Award for our around town piece compared to that I just saw. Stick to your day job, Angela Rock. Let's go back down to the court. 13-11, Patty Dodd, Christine Schaefer by 2, but Cami Chiarelli has the volleyball. Drew Goodman, Maria Barnes from Old Orchard Beach, Maine. Schaefer sides out with the heavy hit.
Schaefer and Dodd win this match right here. It'll be Schaefer's best finish ever.
She's been 4th before, never 3rd. And as Maria mentioned earlier, Patty Dodd has 12 career victories. Said she's enjoying the play this year, and she's happy with the way she's playing, just not pleased with the results thus far. That's slammed down. Lisa Arce, quick arm swing.
Arce does have a quick arm swing. She has such an unorthodox swing. Makes her very difficult to read. She's not your typical indoor moving to outdoor player where you square off for every hit.
And Arce misses wide there. Arce has won 3rd place in her career, and that came this year. She also has a 4th this year, so it's been kind of a breakthrough year for Arce. In '94, she had a couple of 4ths. You know what? The way Arce set up, Maria, I think she figured that set was going to be closer to the net. And I don't know if it was the wind or maybe her anticipation was a little early and she had to kind of reach behind her head.
She ran under the ball. The wind's at her back right now, so if anything, the ball would have been blowing towards the net away from her. She's just a little out of sync. She may be a bit fatigued. She didn't really jump too high there.
Dodd and Schaefer one away from a 3rd place finish here in Maine. 14-11 the score. Patty Dodd and Chris Schaefer leading Cami Chiarelli and Lisa Arce by 3 in our 3rd place match.
You know, coming into this tournament, Schaefer and Dodd had only trained together 3 times. Schaefer made a switch to the right to play with Dodd, so their game has come together pretty quickly.
There it is. Chris Schaefer hit the serve, and the best ever finish for Schaefer, as she and Patty Dodd have teamed up and very quickly become a formidable duo here on the WPVA Tour. They captured the 3rd place match 15-11 over Lisa Arce and Cami Chiarelli. Congratulations in order for both of those teams. And again, this typifies just how deep this tour is in 1995. So many good teams, so many teams that you have to be concerned with much earlier in the weekend than in previous years. Let's take a look again at match point. Chris Schaefer to serve. She goes at Cami Chiarelli, and the normally sure-handed Chiarelli could not pass it. And the victory for Christine Schaefer and Patty Dodd, a new partnership. They come up with a 3rd place here in Old Orchard Beach. And right now, standing by with them, my partner, Maria Barnes. Maria?
Chris Schaefer, your first 3rd place finish ever. Congratulations. Did you feel the 2 of you had something to prove after that 8th place last weekend at the shootout?
Why does everybody want to talk about that 8th place at the shootout?
Well, you didn't win a game.
0-7, yeah. I don't think we had to prove anything. I just wanted to play volleyball again. You know, just play better ball. We didn't play well, and I didn't feel like there was pressure to prove anything, but just wanted to play well.
When you were down 4-1 at the beginning, were you kind of going, oh no, same story?
No, not at all. I just knew that they got some good serves, and it was a matter of us starting to pass better and starting out better.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, Drew.
All right, Maria, thanks very much. Again, congratulations. I second that to Patty Dodd and Christine Schaefer. When we come back, our championship match from Maine, Linda Hanley getting set. She'll be playing with her partner Angela Rock against Nancy Reno and Holly McPeak.